I believe comics are a form of history that someone somewhere felt or experienced.
Hello, and welcome back to Outside the Box Comics, where we like to think outside the box. So, I guess this is going to be kind of a rant video. It's going to be fairly short because I don't want to ramble on, but I probably will ramble on. So, forgive me in advance. So, I've been pondering on Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby for some reason, because I first started to think about wanting to make a video about one of Steve Ditko's creations, and I was trying to decide if it would be Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, and I went with Doctor Strange, obviously, because me personally, I like Doctor Strange more as a character than I do Spider-Man. But I do like Spider-Man, I just like Doctor Strange more. And that led me to start thinking about Jack Kirby. So I go from thinking about doing a video about Steve Ditko to thinking about Jack Kirby. And part of the reason for that was when I started thinking about Spider-Man and all these popular Marvel characters that we see in movies today. Is like a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company, and with movies, action figures, comics, but people seem to not really know about Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby unless you're like unless you're real big into comics. And like most people in the public don't really know or really give a. It's sad to say, but most regular people that aren't fascinated with comics and probably just watch the Marvel movies, they could care less who Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko is, because they were taught that Stan Lee created everything and he's in all the Marvel movies. You've seen him since you were a kid, and that's just how it is. People think Stan Lee created everything, and I just want to make a video about talking about why I think Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko deserve a lot more credit and notoriety in like mainstream, because if it wasn't for these two guys, I don't think there would be a Marvel, or as we know it today, there wouldn't be, like with the popularity of the characters and everything. And like regarding Spider-Man, a lot of people make the comparison between Ditko and Romita, and a lot of people like Romita's Spider-Man because they think it's prettier art style than Steve Ditko. And a lot of people in the 70s grew up with the John Romita version of Spider-Man. So even with that, people in the 70s kind of disregard Steve Ditko and just praise John Romita. And it's kind of frustrating, especially like with friends and family that don't really know too much about comics and just see the Marvel movies. You ask them if they knew who Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby is, they don't really know, and I kind of have to explain to them, well, Jack Kirby is responsible for the Fantastic Four, Hulk, Thor, the Avengers. He created Black Panther. And Steve Ditko is responsible for Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's arguably one of the most popular and well-known superheroes, probably aside from Superman, or even more popular than Superman. And when I tell people this that don't really know about comics and just like watch the movies, it's like I'm giving them some secret info. Like they say, well, if they created it, how come they're not more well known? And I just say, like, it's hard because most artists are very reclusive and introverted people, so they don't really they meaning Jack and Steve, especially Steve Ditko, was a very reserved person. Like, they're not going out promoting their art and everything. And it's kind of sad because you kind of do have to promote your works and talents. But that was Stan Lee. He was like the used car salesman promoter of comics. And to give credit where it's due, Stan Lee promoted the heck out of Marvel, and I guess Marvel became popular with his promotion. But if we're giving Stan Lee the benefit of the doubt with creating the Marvel universe, I'm willing to say and confidently that it would be a 80-20, 80% 20% rule, and giving the 80% of the creation credits to Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, and 20% of that would go to Stan Lee if you want to give the benefit of the doubt to Stan Lee. But yeah, this is just a quick rant video. I just wanted to get this off my chest, and hopefully people that don't really know too much about comics will come across this, and maybe they'll learn something about Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, and maybe they could go pick up some of their back issues or some of their collections that are out, because these guys deserve to be well known more than they are. They deserve to be known by mainstream people, like people in mainstream media. They deserve to be known because they're responsible for the characters we know and love. The only thing they didn't really do was promote. And if you could say what you want about promoting the stuff, because it is kind of important, but Jack and Steve created the Marvel universe. Leave comments down below what you think. But yeah, just this quick little rant video. Thank you for watching. This is Outside the Box Comics, and we're signing off. Thank you.